Good afternoon, everyone. Okay, so today's topic, healthy living with Tai Chi. Okay, let's straight up get it. So now, how many of you know about Tai Chi? Yep. You. What's your name? I met you, I think. I must have met you at one of the exhibitions. Yeah, you written a book? Right? We met at one of the cycle fairs. Right? Great. You had been there last time. You were in yourself? One of the past life workshop? No? Great. Okay, so what do you know about Tai Chi? Anything that you know about Tai Chi? Yeah? Chinese martial art, right? And? Slow martial art where you use breathing techniques. Okay, great. Anything that you know about Tai Chi? Huh?
Without diet.
Without diet. Okay. Okay, it helps in balancing the positive and negative energy. Okay, great. Anything else? Tejan, you want to add something? Okay, great. So I will just get into knowing a bit about this and then start moving into some exercise forms, because that will be more helpful than knowing about Tai Chi. What do you say?
Yes.
Okay. Have you learned it or are you learning it? Or?
I learned Tai Chi in 90, and after that I was instructor in US.
You learned it in 1990, and then you?
I teach.
You teach in the?
In US.
You
and also in Mumbai.
In Mumbai also. Great, superb. And where do you teach in Mumbai?
Right now at home.
Okay.
And I go to
Places and private tuitions. Great, superb. That's a great thing. Okay, so about me, I am Rajiv Naidu, a homeopath by profession, and I'm a practicing hypnotherapist and a past life therapist. Yep. And I'm a counselor, a psychologist. Also been learning, practicing Tai Chi for a long time, and also been teaching for some time. Yep. And that's about me. I learned it from one of the good teachers. His name is Dr. Men. He's a doctor, MD by profession, and he's just teaching it that's his hobby, his passion. So that's what it is. So that's about me a bit. And Tai Chi in itself, as you rightly mentioned, it's a form of Chinese martial art, but nowadays it's just being used for, moreover in India, what we learn around the world. What it's being used for is health forms. Yeah, just to whatever you mentioned, like about the balance and all that. Yep. So generally it's a health form now. Okay. And what I learned is moreover a health form. Right? I have learned there are various forms. I have learned one called the Yang form. Right? That is one that has been popular. Right? And there are various other forms, and there are various teachers teaching different forms. And there are various teachers teaching in their own format, yeah, maintaining the basic principles of Tai Chi. Right? So that's about each one, and that's about. Now, as you rightly mentioned, it is useful for balancing the energies. Yeah, and when you're talking about balancing energies, definitely we are talking about two energies. Okay, in our format, in our understanding, we have both the male and the female energies. Right? That's what the balancing you're talking about. In case of the Chinese, it is called the yin and the yang energies, the female and the male energies. And if you really want to have your body and your life, including your relationship, outside and within, to be in harmony, you got to have these energies balanced. Okay. And now there are various forms, as I said, and each one follows their own format. Right? But the basics always remain the same. Right? We'll not get into the history of it, because I don't think it's relevant, getting into the history of Tai Chi. Okay? How it started, what happened, who started it first. We'll not get into that. But we'll just step into see, in today's life, especially in Bombay, what is the kind of life that we are having? Huh? Busy schedule, fast paced. Running after something. Yeah, call it money or whatever. But we are running after something. And it's stressful. Right? It is all stressful because it's busy, it's fast. And just imagine, you're walking down a path or you're walking down a lane very fast. Right? And there's a small stone or some kind of hurdle out there. What is the possibility of you your leg hitting the that barricade or the hurdle and you tripping? High or low? High. Right? And that's what happens in most of the times in our lives. It's all fast paced, and you keep seeing that whatever we talk about, be it our own health or our business, our relationship, we keep tripping, we keep stumbling. And we keep stumbling and we keep doing the same kind of mistakes again and again. But then, when we do that, we say, oh, I lost time. Then what I got to do now? I got to run faster. And faster. And then we keep continuing. And we keep committing the same blunders. And that whole space, whatever we are dealing with, remains the same. Yes? And then we keep wondering, why is it that my life is such and so and so? Why is it that even after so much of struggle, so much of problems, why is it that I still struggle? Why is it that I keep tripping? Why is it that I keep stumbling? And I maintain the same issues all the time. What could be the possible reason? Simple reason. How much can you see things very clearly when you are very fast? Possibility come hai. Possibility come hai. When you watch things slowly, it's easy to figure out what's there, what's not there, and then accordingly respond. But if it's quick pace, are you able to respond? You fell down, you stand up and you walk again. It's almost a reaction. It's not almost a reaction, it is a reaction. So the whole thing is moving from response to reaction. And let's talk about ourselves. In which mode generally are we? Reactive mode or response mode? Most of the times. Most of us. I wouldn't say all. Some people might be just endowed with or inherited something which is like a response pattern, but then not many of us, especially living in the cities. No, most of us are in a reactive state. Yeah, but then why am I talking about this? That's important. Why am I talking about the response reaction pattern in this space? Because the principles of Tai Chi, when you follow it, you move from the response to the... Have gone up there? No? You move from a reactive to a response phase. What is more, just simply explaining what is reactive, where there is some action taken or something that happens without much of... It's impulsive. It's on an impulse. There's not much of thinking involved. Okay? It's just a reactive. Yeah. You want to say something? No. And in a response, there is some amount of deliberate thinking. We are able to think think and accordingly gauge what we got to do and accordingly take action. But for that, what is required? Which is not available over here? Time. Time, space. And how do we get that time, space? Being slow. And that's one of the basic principles of Tai Chi. Slowness, yeah, and stillness, softness, right? Slowness, stillness, and softness. The three basic principles on which we practice or base the whole of Tai Chi on. Right? My teacher always said, that is right in the first session, once you've done your Tai Chi very well and once you practice Tai Chi well and you start living Tai Chi, there is a large possibility you will never bang into anyone. And I would not really understand. I would keep wondering, why does he say that I would not bang into anyone? But it's so true that I was running down Andheri station after started my practice for a long time. And I was full speed, but the movements are so supple, or it just relaxes your whole body so much that you can just move very quickly and you can just gauge. Though there is a speed out there, but there's a slowness somewhere else that's in the mind. And it all depends upon not your body speed, but your mind speed. Which in Bombay it's like with Tai Chi but your body speed definitely goes up because it's much more relaxed, but your mental speed or your mind is just calming down. And that's one of the benefits of Tai Chi, that you develop a sense of calmness. And with calmness comes a sense of relaxation and peace. And how many of us want this desperately? No doubt, at least in Bombay. Simply, we just want it, but we just don't know how. We just don't know how. And there are people trying, working out, doing their own things. Right? In the morning, someone wakes up, goes to the gym. There are people who are going for swimming. There are people who are going to the gym. And there are people who are just going for walks. And there are people who meditate. And there are people doing various things just to achieve this state of calmness, peace and relaxation. How many of you really wake up in the morning and do the exercises? Some of them. Some meditation or something? Some of us. Yes, great. Now, and how do you feel after you meditate?
Really good.
You feel good, right? And most of the meditation is done sitting in one place. Yes? Because we have been taught that, especially in India, and then it's all over the world also, that when you're meditating, you got to sit somewhere. What is another, or just one simple term that you would define meditation with? Awareness. Simply meditation. Alertness. That's what you get. Awareness, alertness, that is what you achieve. Just another term for meditation. Concentration. That's what you achieve. Calmness.
What is that power?
It's basically concentration. Okay? Or focusing.